Darren, from your perspective, and I recognize you'll know better once you watch the film, but what were they doing that kind of got you out of your rhythm offensively early, and like where does your team need to go to find that again, kind of in a game when you can't get the reset of going back into practice, going back into preparation? You got to find it as a group, kind of in real time.
Yeah, I can't say for sure what it was. I think them starting out in the zone get you a little bit out of your normal rhythm as an offense, and we got a little stagnant there. And then when they went to their man, I thought we did a decent job at times, but the ball definitely just didn't move the way that we like it to tonight. So we ended up with a lot more just the ball stuck in one guy's hands, and a lot more one-on-one tonight, and that's not really what we're designed to do as an offense. We're at our best when the ball's moving and we're getting cuts and getting it side to side. And I can't say for sure without watching the film. I felt like we had some good threes that we missed, but my guess is a lot of those threes weren't as clean as we're used to getting, just because the ball wasn't moving the way we wanted to get the high quality shots.
Grabbing the mic.
Yeah, so kind of big picture, but like when you have a 5 for 24 night, is it something where you go, okay, we got to really study this, or is it you look at it and go, okay, we really struggled, just flush it and move on? How do you approach it?
I mean, it's both. 30-some game season, we have good shooters. We're built to make threes. So on a night where we don't, shoot it particularly well, you got to find a way to win. So I'm glad we were able to do that. But there's plenty to look at as to why it happened. But the reality is you're going to have off shooting nights. That's just going to happen. And tonight was one of them. And that's where you got to really rely on your defense and your rebounding and taking care of the ball. I thought the first half, the reason our lead built up, even though we weren't shooting it well, was our defense was really good. We held them to 20% from the field, and then second half, you see an 18-point lead evaporate because they shoot 54%. So that's the learning opportunity of it's a 40-minute game. That's something that we'll certainly take advantage of. Like I said, I like learning after wins. That's much better, but there's a lot of positives there too. We'll take it for what it is and learn from it and move on.
Mike and then Zach.
You mentioned the defense. What was kind of the difference? I mean, as I said, held to 20% and cut down the 19-point lead to like 5 or 6. What was kind of the difference you saw, especially kind of as they cut the lead?
Yeah, I thought they got into our paint to start it. A few mid ranges and stuff like that as well. Those are shots that I wouldn't say we give up, but we're designed to at least get some challenge ones of those. But they came off a little cleaner with a few of those than we would like. And then they made a few threes, and we gave up a few baseline drives, and now you're in rotations and they're spraying it out the backside. So again, it always starts on the ball, and then the connectivity behind it usually is where it's at. But you have to be good on the ball first, and then build it out from there.
Zach, then Mike.
Sam led you guys in scoring tonight. Tucker said that you guys don't win this game without him. How important has he become to this team so early this season?
Yeah, Sam's playing great. I thought he was one of the guys tonight that really brought some good energy, some good physicality. There was about a handful of possessions in the second half where he switched on their guard, and he guarded it about as well as anybody. So I thought he was terrific. I thought he had a really good night.
Mike and then Daniel.
Their defensive profile didn't look that great on paper coming into this game. You mentioned like the zone. Did they throw a bunch of new wrinkles at you guys that you maybe didn't see on film?
I mean, the 1-3-1 zone, we looked at it. They've done it just a couple times. They did it a couple times last year. They had spent a much more majority of their time on a 2-3 zone that they did a lot against Colorado State. Their other games they played all man. So we worked and talked about the 1-3-1 zone and how we were going to attack it. We spent a lot more time on the 2-3 zone and then their man stuff. But early in the year, as you see different things. So, but we certainly knew it. We knew we had it in their package. And I thought the guys did, for the most part, fine against it. Just again, it just slowed us down a little bit.
Daniel.
There was a point in the second half, I think, where it seemed like you just wanted more energy. Do you feel like you guys had, that juice you wanted tonight?
I didn't think we were, maybe it's, sometimes with teams, even veteran teams, when you're not making shots, your energy isn't where you want it to be. That's fighting human nature, and that's what we can't be. So that's where the learning comes in tonight. Hey, it's not going perfectly for us as an offense. We're missing the shots that we normally make. You got to continue to fight. And in the first half, we did. We guarded them well. So that's something that we'll take and go like, hey, you built this lead because your defense was still really good. But that energy is something we have to play with. We got to be a very spirited, very physical, very tough minded group. For 40 minutes every night. That's how we're going to win.
Thanks, Coach.